Before a single arrow flies at Kurukshetra, the stage is set for the ultimate civil war of the ancient world. Two sides of a royal family facing off across a massive, dust-choked plain, with the future of an entire civilization hanging in the balance. This diagram illustrates the stark military imbalance, measured in Akshauhinis. The Kauravas command 11 of these massive divisions. The Pandavas have only 7. Based on these numbers alone, the Kauravas have the overwhelming statistical advantage required for a guaranteed victory. But look at their leader. As the battle lines form, Duryodhana, the man commanding this superior force, approaches his military guru in sheer panic. He is sweating, anxious, and looking over his shoulder. A commander holding every conceivable strategic and numerical advantage is acting as if he's already lost before the first weapon is even drawn. During his opening tactical briefing to his guru, Dronacharya, Duryodhana ignores his own massive formations and points directly at the enemy. This visualization represents a Maharatha, a champion who can fight 10,000 archers simultaneously. Duryodhana is hyper-fixated on them. He catalogs the enemy's Maharathas, Arjuna, Yuyudhana, Drupada, watching their lethal networks overlap and suffocate his numerical advantage. By spending his critical, final moments before war cataloging the opponent's individual skill, Duryodhana inadvertently broadcasts his internal panic to his own high command. Realizing he has shown his hand, he abruptly pivots, listing his own mighty warriors in an attempt to overcompensate and reassure himself. But in high-stakes environments, aggressively reciting your own assets is rarely a display of true confidence. It is usually a symptom of deep insecurity. That insecurity is rooted in a fatal systemic flaw hidden beneath the Kaurava's mathematically impressive roster. Looking at this Kaurava sociogram, we see a fatal problem. Top red nodes, commanders like Drona and Bhima, hold deep familial love for the blue enemy nodes they must destroy. These crossed lines create a compromised, hesitating command structure. Duryodhana is particularly paralyzed by one specific enemy warrior, Bhima. Bhima has sworn a public blood oath to personally execute Duryodhana and all 99 of his brothers, turning him into an inescapable psychological boogeyman. Even though he is guarded by the famously invincible commander Bhima, the singular fear of Bhima renders Duryodhana's defenses useless. Military force collapses when the command structure directing it is hollowed out by divided loyalties and unmanaged fear. This brings us to the climax of Duryodhana's assessment, which ends in a paradoxical confession to his guru. When describing his own massive 11-division army, Duryodhana uses the Sanskrit word Aparyaptam. He is calling his superior force insufficient. But when he looks at the smaller 7-division Pandava army, he describes them as Paryaptam, sufficient, competent, and unbreakable. This assessment reveals the psychological reality of a commander subconsciously confessing his own moral defeat before the first arrow is even drawn. Duryodhana suffers from a total lack of Atma-Vishwas, true self-confidence. He knows he is in the wrong, and the weight of that guilt erodes his army's morale from the top down. The opening of the Bhagavad Gita proves that no amount of external power or numerical advantage can compensate for a hollow conscience.